It's Mom Plus One, and today I am doing my, Taman said I shouldn't do my 2-week postpartum update because I'm actually like 2 weeks and 6 days, which tomorrow should be 3 weeks. So we're just gonna call it my 3-week postpartum update. Before we get into this video, go ahead and like and subscribe because you don't want to miss out on all the new content that's coming. Now that Sunny is here, I definitely feel like I do want to stay consistent with YouTube and more so document, you know, some of the things that are happening in our life. I can't wait to do the, I can't wait to do our 2020 reflection because as crazy as this year has been, we also were extremely blessed this year, and I'm just really excited to tell you guys about it, to talk about it with my, my little family, aka Taman, because that's who I've been with for the past year since we've been in quarantine. Anyways, I'm gonna try to make this video not so long. I did make a list of some questions that some family and friends have been asking me about my postpartum recovery. But if you haven't watched our labor and delivery vlog, please go and do that to catch up on the content and to really go step by step with me on what that experience was like. I was doing a whole lot of talking in the vlog, so just preempting you on that. It's a lot of dialogue because I'm a researcher, so I was looking up a lot of stuff and talking to Taman about it. So yes, look forward to a lot of dialogue in that vlog, but I also have a huge segment, a huge part where I'm going through pushing, and I think that if you're a mom-to-be or someone who is interested in seeing what pushing is like at an all-natural birth after induction, that would be something that you may want to look into. Okay, so the first question that some family and friends have been asking me is, what is your postpartum pain like at this point in your recovery? So right after birth, I would say that my pain was a 5, just in terms of soreness. But I was really happy that, nothing compares to the pain of labor, but I was really happy that I wasn't super in pain. I was able to walk to my own room right after I delivered, and I was able to go home the following day. I didn't have to use any painkillers other than the occasional ibuprofen after I started breastfeeding, because you get some cramps when you're breastfeeding. Now I would say my pain is a good 1 at 3 weeks. Sometimes I get some cramping. Most of the times I'm fine. My vagina feels like it's pretty much back to normal. Don't let my husband let you hear that because he is clocking me, okay? He's ready for the, yeah. So my pain is really it's nothing like what I thought it would be. So I think that the fact that I was able to help my mom through her, to recover after her C-sections, and I was able to see what her recovery was like, I definitely compared a lot of my pregnancy expectations to her experiences, but it wasn't nearly as painful. My recovery, I don't feel it was nearly as bad, and that is because I had an all-natural birth versus a C-section. And also, she was on her 5th child, and I'm on my 1st, so huge experience difference. My body's first time ever going through this. But yeah, my pain right now is on a good 1, max 0.5 if we be specific. Okay. Next question is, are you having trouble accepting your new body? No, I am actually very pleased with my postpartum body. As I said before, it is my first pregnancy, but I did get stretch marks at the end of my pregnancy, the very end, because I carried Sunny until she was 42 weeks, and so at the very end I think my body had truly stretched to its capacity, and I did get some stretch marks, but it was nothing compared again to what some of my family had. Stretch marks grew into my family. I have had stretch marks basically my entire life: my breasts, my arms, my butt, my thighs. So I kind of was expecting to be covered in stretch marks, and they really weren't that bad. I will do a body, what is it called? I will do a shot of my tummy now because I am going to be going on a a derma rolling journey, and I do kind of want to document that as well. Me and Tamon are both going on a derma rolling journey, doing it from home. So I do want to see what the difference is from the start of my recovery to maybe I'll document to up to 6 months from now. But so far at the 3-week mark, I've lost 35 pounds, which I'm assuming that most of that was both my baby. I had a relatively very large placenta, a lot of water weight, and then I don't eat nearly as much as I was when I was pregnant. So I think going back to my regular diet has also helped. But I gained 60 pounds in total throughout my pregnancy, and already more than half of that is gone. So in terms of my stomach, it went down. The day I had my baby, you could really not even tell that I had a kid that day. Like it was like most of the water came out during my delivery. So I'm not like in shock or having to do any adjusting to my new body, to my body period, which I'm really, really grateful for, because I know that some people really do struggle with that. And you know, I who knows how I'll feel 2 pregnancies down the line, but as of right now, I'm really, really happy with my body. We'll talk about that in my breastfeeding video, but I think that's one of the major adjustments that I've had to make is to the change in my bust. Just the fact that it's really, really heavy, the pins and needles. But again, I'll talk to you guys about my experience with breastfeeding in another video, so stay tuned for that. The next question is, what is the most challenging experience so far with your newborn? I would have to say the most challenging thing would have to be breastfeeding. It's a challenge, and it's something that's so natural, but also something that you have to like work on. It's not just like, especially if you're a first-time parent. Maybe if you're a second-time or third-time parent, you know exactly what to do. While I was in the hospital, she did latch right away, but who knows if that was a correct latch or not, because so I don't really know if she was latched correctly or not, because I was so excited that she just latched on right away, that is kind of what I was dwelling on. When I got home is when I did some further research into the proper way to latch, because I was feeling some soreness, and I know that you're gonna feel soreness when you first start breastfeeding, because your nipples have never been pulled and tugged on for such a long period of time. But I was feeling like my soreness was a little bit abnormal, and I had already left the hospital one day after delivering, so I wasn't able to see a lactation specialist. So of course I was like, you know, go to the internet, go to YouTube, you know, figure out what figure out what you can do to get a proper latch. And so now she is latching. It is when she doesn't latch properly, when I'm trying to detach her from the nipple. That is the challenge. And because I'm also using bottles at night, there's been some slight nipple confusion, I feel. But of course I haven't talked to a specialist. This is just my own opinion. This is just my own, you know, this is just what I'm telling you guys about my experience. But again, I'll do a more detailed video on my experience with breastfeeding so far as a first-time mom for the next video. Next question is, any postpartum depression, sadness, or baby blues? So 2 days after I left the hospital, I had some serious baby blues. I literally couldn't stop thinking about like her growing up, like not being able to protect her from the world. I had thrown myself back into social media, which was a really bad idea. I really should have took my time and like eased myself back in. So I was seeing like all this stuff about police brutality again, things that I just wasn't even thinking about. All I was thinking about was my labor and my delivery. I wasn't thinking about anything that was happening in the world, like nothing at all. So when I got back on the internet and I saw that, you know, shit, the world really has not changed too much since you gave birth, I did get kind of sad. I started to feel like I didn't have enough money to do this big international move that I've been wanting to do, you know, then the time frame that I want to do it before she gets too old, and how am I gonna really like, you know, just like protect her from the horrors of not only the world, but just like this country right now for a brown girl. So I did get some serious baby blues, and then I was like, you know, you need to get it together. Like, you can't control anything that happens in the world. You're not gonna be able to protect her from everything. And this is hormonal. Like, you were just on a high yesterday, and now you're on the lows of lows. So yeah. Also today, really the postpartum thing wasn't even on my list of things I was gonna talk about in my 2-week postpartum update. But today, I was feeling particularly sad this morning, and I wasn't really sure why. I wasn't even really sad. It was just like everything was kind of getting on my nerves. Like, and then, you know, my husband, he came in and he was asking me, you know, like, is there anything else I can help you with? It's because I felt like he was kind of picking up on my mood or like my vibe. I don't know. Now I feel fine, but I definitely was feeling away. I think it's because of my breast today. I think because I'm feeling like really sore, and I was kind of feeling a little bit like inadequate as a breastfeeder, because I felt like I needed to take a day off from breastfeeding and just bottle feed her today, and that was making me feel some type of way. Like, why can't I get the hang of it? Why has my breast not adjusted to her yet? You know, but then, and it's like I don't, you know, she's still learning. So, and there's no like timeline on when you'll perfect all the nuances of motherhood, especially if you're a new mom. So I think that's what, now that I'm talking about it, I'm talking through it, I definitely think that's why I've been feeling some way, because I've been particularly sore today. And this morning I was super engorged, and then I was just like, why am I engorged when I literally got up at 4 a.m. to pump, you know? So, you know, but yeah, that has been the extent of my baby blues / you know, postpartum emotions. I wouldn't categorize myself as someone who is experiencing postpartum depression, because on most days I feel really great. Also, I'm only 3 weeks in, guys, so, you know, hit me up in a few months, you know, maybe I'll feel differently. But yeah, my mood so far has been totally fine. Something else I was talking about with my midwife is she was saying how most people who don't have adequate support often are the people who experience. Girl. Oh my gosh, honey. I may have to change a dirty diaper in a sec. I'll let her finish. But most people who experience postpartum depression are people who do not have adequate support. And even though we still are in the thick of COVID, my husband is very supportive. I don't feel alone. I don't feel unsupported. You know, my mom calls me every day and communicates with me and helps me as much as she can virtually. His parents have come a few times, which I don't really like too much help, essentially. But I do like the fact that people are like, you know, checking in on me. I do like the fact that his family's able to come and see the baby. I was feeling some type of way yesterday because me and my sister were talking, and she was like, oh my God, I want to see her so bad. And it was just like, my family literally has not seen me my entire pregnancy. And now, because of COVID, they literally have not seen my daughter. Like, they've only seen her through FaceTime. So I think things like that are what affect me. You have to do like a mood survey at your first postpartum checkup, and a lot of the things on there were really sad, and I felt really bad that women feel that way, humans who have children feel that way post-pregnancy, because it is one of the happiest times like in your life, and like you have just accomplished something so huge. So to feel so defeated and so sad after, and not have any control over your emotions, because most of it is hormonal, so you really can't even do much, made me really sad. But it also made me realize that I wasn't experiencing postpartum depression, because I didn't fit into any of those. I wasn't experiencing any of the things on that list. I have also prepped for my postpartum recovery, so I will do a separate video as well on what I did to prepare for postpartum, and to kind of make sure that everything that keeps me in a good mood is still a constant in my life. Even though I can't do yoga right now, even though I can't, go outside as much right now, there are still things that make me extremely happy, and those things have stayed consistent even now that I have a newborn. And I will do a video on what you can do if you are pregnant and preparing for postpartum, or if you are currently experiencing postpartum and feeling moody. Maybe these things will help you, maybe they won't, but it doesn't hurt to be proactive. Did you have to wear diapers? My bleeding actually wasn't that bad, so I didn't have to wear diapers. I did wear the supersized pads that they give you at the hospital. I definitely did wear that. She is still pushing. I I did wear those for the first week. The second week I switched over to regular Degler pads, and then now week 3 I'm just wearing panty liners for the occasional spot here or there. So I didn't do diapers. Depends was on my postpartum list because I saw that a lot of other moms really say, you know, screw the pads, girl, get you a set of the packet of pins and you'll be okay. So I was like, oh, period, I hear you. Depends. I mean, why not? You're bleeding all the time, you might as well get something that will make sure you don't leak or whatever. So, but I ended up not needing them. So I was really happy about that, just because I didn't have to spend the money on them. But nope, I didn't have to end up wearing diapers. Are you still bleeding? I am spotting here and there. Yesterday I didn't bleed at all. I didn't bleed the day before either. But then today I woke up, and this was after doing a Target run. I did come home to some spotting, so I was like, oh damn, my bleeding's not done yet. But you know, still, I'm only spotting, so it wasn't horrible, and it still wasn't a need to pull out the pad, the big guns. But I still am wearing panty liners, which is like an everyday thing anyway. So yeah, no, I'm experiencing very light bleeding at week 3. Do you have any time for yourself with your newborn? I think that if you do have support and you are not a single parent, it is important for you to let your partner or let whoever is there to help you so you can make time. Because today I was getting so frustrated because there was this hair video that I was really trying to record, and my husband had offered his help, and I was like, no, it's fine, I'll keep her. And then I was getting so frustrated because I kept having to attend to her. Yeah, I was having breastfeeding goals today, so we were in a battle. Oh, what's wrong? She's putting it down right now on my lap. Okay. You have to make time for yourself. I say that while I'm trying to record a video and having to tend to my newborn. But yes, I take time at night, and after I do my final breastfeed at midnight, I'm like, Savon, take her so I can go take a shower, so I can go wash my face, so I can go, you know, edit, so I can go walk outside, get some fresh air, whatever the case may be. And if you are a single parent and your baby is taking a nap or your baby is just chilling, I'd recommend getting some fresh air. Even if you have to push the bassinet next to the front door and just step outside for a second and take a breather. These moments when you're a new mom are so important because it's so easy to get lost in the sauce and get lost in all the responsibilities and get lost in your head. And so even if you don't necessarily have time, quote unquote, make time for sure. So yes, I do have time because I make time for myself. How are you dealing with your sleep deprivation? So my usual bedtime on a normal day is like 11 o'clock. But Sunny, she's a newborn, so she basically sleeps like all day. So then I feed her at 12 o'clock, and then she typically doesn't wake up again until around 4:30. And then when I feed her at 4:30, I pump, and then I just go back to sleep. And then she doesn't wake up again until maybe around 7:30. And then Taman will take her and give her a bottle at 7:30, and then she'll be good to go until like 10. So I'm not really necessarily getting super deprived of sleep. However, I do try to take naps like throughout the day, because even though I'm not necessarily losing sleep at night, you're just doing a lot in the daytime, and so I do get tired. You know, I'm a new mom, I get tired. So whenever I can sneak a little hour in or 2 hours if she's sleeping, I definitely do. Because we're not moving around the house very much, the house hasn't been super dirty, and I haven't had to do any like deep cleaning or any of that stuff, so I haven't really had much need to really stretch my efforts in the daytime with house duties and things like that. So yeah. Oh, also another thing when we're talking about making time for yourself is cooking. So the other day I was able to cook for the first time over the past few weeks. Taman has been doing most of the cooking, and I pretty much have been using this baby wrap this holder to strap her to me, and she felt so comfy in that. She stayed asleep the entire time I cooked and ate, and I was like, oh my god, this is a godsend. I can actually move around and navigate, move around and do things that I enjoy, like cooking in the daytime, without depriving her of, you know, her connection to me. He loves when I cook. And I was able to eat curry, because girl, I haven't had curry my entire pregnancy, so I was really happy to have some curry. So I did make curry chicken and white rice, which I was so happy about. Did you prepare at all for your postpartum like you prepare for your labor? As I told you guys, I did prepare for postpartum. And I'm gonna go into a long video about what I did to prepare for my postpartum experience, because I was, you know, not super worried about postpartum depression, but because it was something on my mind. Like, I've never experienced postpartum hormones before, so I don't know what that's gonna be like. Even though I don't struggle with depression, I don't know how my hormones will behave. I don't know how I'll feel emotionally. I've never had a newborn of my own before, so I don't know if I'll feel overwhelmed or what the case may be. So I made sure that I made a list of things that will help me get through my postpartum experience, at least within the first 6 months. So I will share a video with you guys of everything I am doing to kind of keep myself grounded and keep myself happy postpartum. Yeah, I think that was the last question. Overall, y'all, I'm extremely happy. I feel great. I'm happy that, you know, I'm able to apply some of my hypnobirthing preparation that I did for my labor into my experiences now in postpartum. Just like staying grounded, you know, not fearing anything. Because when you have fear, when you're experiencing fear, it can sometimes make you feel sad, make you feel depressed, because you think you can't handle things that you can. Like, you can do this. Just like how you delivered a baby, you can handle these emotions that you're having postpartum. You can handle the woes and the challenges of your newborn. And if you don't fear the challenge and you embrace it head on, and you know, you access all the resources that the internet has for you, that your friends, that people who have had children have for you, you can make it through anything. So my 2-week postpartum update, my 3-week postpartum experience, or my experiences throughout the past 3 weeks have been great. I'm enjoying all the moments with my little baby, and I just know that she's not gonna stay this tiny forever, so I'm really trying to soak it all in. And I'm extremely grateful that I have the support and that I have, you know, the time to really stay home with her and not feel rushed to go back to a conventional job or any of those things. So I think that has all added to my ease. So yeah, guys, so that's my 3-week postpartum update. Hope you guys like this video. Make sure you go like and subscribe. I'm about to change this poopy diaper and record this experience, my first experience as a first-time mom with breastfeeding. So look forward to that. See you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that this helps someone at all. Let me know what your 3-week postpartum experience was like in the comment section, and let me know what other videos you guys want to see now that I have had my little bean. Love you guys. See you guys next time on Adventures of Risha and Simone.